Hey everyone, welcome back to String Cheese and Applesauce, where today we're going to build this LEGO Ultra Agent set. This is set number 70163, Toxikita's Toxic Meltdown. It's kind of a tongue twister, so you have to say it slowly. There's Toxikita right there. There's our Ultra Agent. 429 pieces, age ranges 8 to 14. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Trusty blade to open this. All right. So it looks like we have sticker sheet, instruction book number 1, instruction book number 2, and 3 numbered bags. So, of course, we'll start with bag 1. No, the minifigures come first. Go ahead and just slide those pieces off to the side. Make sure to keep the little bags kind of in their own piles. It helps keeps the similar pieces together, so they're a little bit easier to find. I'm not going to say they're extremely easy to find when it's a ton of them, but every little bit helps. Alright, let's go ahead and start with our first minifigure. So this is the little radiation suit guy. And we'll do a review of these minifigures, so we're not going to spend too much time reviewing the set here. This is more or less just the build. And hopefully what you get out of the build is to see how easy or how hard the set really is to build. Or maybe if you get stuck with something, you can zoom to that part of the video. Let's see, where are the little goggles that go on his helmet? See, this is what I was talking about. You put the pieces in the respective piles, but sometimes it's still hard to find them. So, got them. We have the little stud launcher gun that is becoming real popular with almost every set nowadays. That goes there, and then we have a couple these little arm pieces. There's this cool little new neck bracket. We've only seen it in a handful of sets, but it has Technic pinholes on 2 sides, and it goes around the neck. So it's around the neck here. So that's kind of cool. New little piece. We have our trans blue little chainsaw mold piece there. Alright, so there's our Ultra Agent all ready for fighting. So those are the two minifigures so far. That's the only ones that came in bag one. We'll get to the other figures in the upcoming bags. But let's go ahead and get this build going. Let's see, I'll zoom in a bit so you can see the detail. And once we get bigger, I'll zoom out a little bit so we can continue to see what's going on. I recently started doing a lot of my builds from this angle, and I really like it a lot better for the build wise, because now I can keep the model facing the right way that it faces in the instruction book, and I think it's a little bit more of a clear picture too. I don't know, you guys that watch the videos, tell me what you thought. I know one person has already commented saying they like the fact that I've changed the camera angle. But what does everyone else think? I already gave you my opinion. I think it's pretty cool. So the Ultra Agents are this, it's the Lego created kind of superheroes. You know, the unlicensed superhero theme. It's an extension of the Agents that were out, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago. It's been a while. But whenever the Agent sets were out before these, I was still in my dark ages, so I didn't buy any Lego, especially any Agents sets. So these are all kind of new to me, this kind of theme, and I really do like them. I always like the action adventure, kind of out of the norm, kind of unrealistic type of imagination sets. So I think the Ultra Agents are pretty cool. Right now, this tall brick is real flimsy, and every time I barely touch it, it falls off. So I'm trying to be gentle, not knock it off. Okay. So we got a few Technic pieces here. And these are kind of new Technic pieces. They're basically the pneumatic hose connectors with a axle hole in there to allow you to connect those to an axle. Now we're not having pneumatic hoses, like Technic pneumatic hoses in this set, but in Technic world that's what these would be used for. These look like they're going to be used as some sort of handle. Right now we have a couple little arm pieces to make. Both identical. I'm going to try to do both of them at the same time. That's what I like to do. And they are holding some sort of radioactive bars. Bend those in place. And there's that one brick, still falling apart. Like no matter what I do, it's still gonna fall apart. It's getting pretty big. I'm gonna zoom out a bit. Cool. These little ribbed tube pieces are becoming extremely popular in almost every type of sci-fi set that's being released past couple years. Well, I guess really starting late last year, late 2014. It's like we're seeing a ton of these little things. And they used to come, or they still do come in Technic sets. It's where I originally saw them. And they were in like one long length. I mean, it's huge. And the instruction book had a little diagram in it. It's really like a template that you put the tube up next to. And you had to cut it with scissors. So you had to cut your own length of that little tube. Now they seem to be coming pre-cut, which is a little bit convenient. And they're really just cosmetic pieces. They don't really support anything. It's just for look. One thing I like about this set is there's a lot of white in it. We normally don't get too much white pieces, so that's kind of cool, having a lot of white. Alright, so there's this little connecting piece, and it goes right over here. Just like that. some radioactive gem that goes right there. This little thing makes it pop off. It's kind of like a little catapult. And of course, remember, don't shoot your eye out. Alright, so that's the first part. Now we're going to build another little section. If you're following along at home, I'm kind of bouncing back and forth on the pieces. I'm not necessarily going in order. The way I build my sets is when I turn the page, there's 4 different pieces there, or 4 different steps. A lot of times what I do is look at the final one, and it's kind of an old school way of building. But I see what's different from what I have in front of me, and I more or less just go from there. So sometimes I put things together in slightly different order than the actual steps. It has gotten me in trouble too before. Like if you skip a step accidentally, you could potentially skip a few pieces that are critical to the design or build. So that has definitely happened before. So I recommend don't do it my way if you want it done right per exactly the instructions. But if you want to challenge yourself, then skip a few of the steps and just see what's different on the picture and try to figure out how to get there. That'll kind of give you a little challenge. It's fun to challenge yourself every now and then. Good so far. Another one of these little A-frames. Like that. So we'll hold it all together. These 2 pieces, see there's this brick with the Technic pins, and then over here there's a brick with pin holes. They line up perfectly and they connect. Put some finishing touches on the top here. These little dishes right there are supposed to be little lamps. They're a weak spot because if you hit them just right, they pop off. So now we're just putting a lot of kind of decorative or stylized architectural pieces on here, just to give it a cool little look. And some of the pieces are helping interlock some of the bricks or tiles or plates. Four of these pieces. And a double cheese slope right there. Of course, what would any set be without flick fires? It wouldn't be anything. So we're gonna create our little flick fire missiles. Double flick fire launcher. Around the end. Don't you dry out. Ain't nobody got time for that. I guess this is a security camera. It connects over there. So there's our camera. Keep an eye on you. Next, it looks like we're going to build a little antenna piece. Something. We'll find out real quick. Surprisingly, a lot of pieces for this little step. So I'm pulling them all together right now so I don't forget one. It's the best way. That's why they give you the part count. It's just to make sure you don't forget any. So that was basically just the beginning of the antenna. Now we're actually going to build the antenna piece. Or satellite, I guess. It's not an antenna. This connects up there. Rotate it to the front. There you go. So that completes bag number 1. We do have a significant amount of extra pieces. You can see them all right there. So it completed bag 1 and instruction book number 1. So bag 2 and 3 is probably going to have equal amount of pieces all together, just in those 2 bags as this one did. So we're going to stop this part right now. This is going to be part 1. There's going to be a final part number 2 of this build. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, you're awesome. If you fast forwarded to the end to make it this far, well then go back and watch it. Seriously, you're going to fast forward to the end? Check out part 2. It'll be online tomorrow. Or if you're watching this in the future, it's already online. So make sure to check out us on Instagram and YouTube and Twitter. And we'll see you next time.